bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert,
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it.
And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. What's up, everybody? How are we? Hey. Everyone doing good? Rogers, we're doing better than the Ole Miss women's basketball player. Which, by the way, was, as I mentioned on Twitter, both hilarious and a really lovely moment of humanity. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you about it in a little bit. Pretty hilarious. And, again, a really nice moment of humanity between some folks. We're here. We're hanging out. We're back in on a Monday. We are all over the place. It is Super Bowl week. It is officially time to put the full court press on Rogers Hampton to show up for the Super Bowl party. Yeah. Boom. Ba-dun-dun, bun, ba-dun. It's a great theme, by the way. It is the Patrick Netherton Show right here in 1130 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Hope everyone is having themselves a wonderful day. We're happy to be here. Not just happy to be here. Not just happy to be here. We are indeed happy to be here. It's it's Super Bowl week. Means we're going to be talking about the ye old Super Bowl coming up. You got them Niners who don't like their practice field, and you got the Chiefs, and they are set to get after it. Both teams are in. They're in Vegas, ready to go. All the media's in Vegas, ready to go. It is a deal now. It's here. Rogers, I got to go shopping at some point here in the week to get my my Super Bowl supplies. Got to do that. Going to have the cocktail meatballs and the bagel bites. Have some kind of chips and salsa and maybe some queso. We'll have a bunch of drinks. What we likely will not have is a ham bone. Either an actual, food product, a bone from a ham, or Rogers Hampton. Not likely that we'll get either over there for the Super Bowl party. But you know what? As always, hope springs eternal. We can always hope, wish, pray, hoping and praying and wishing and loving and
here he is,
having the time of his life.
Yeah, that's what we're definitely doing. See that, and that's what Rodgers would be doing if he was over there for the Super Bowl at the house. He'd be enjoying some good food. He'd have all the Budweiser he could drink. You know, I'd give him a ride to and fro. But you know, we're not not anticipating it happening.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sad but true. Rodgers, Hambone and I had lunch yesterday at a local establishment, and I was talking about the Super Bowl, and Rodgers just for a second goes, wait, you saying it's tomorrow? And I'm like, no. He goes, okay, good. He said, you haven't talked near enough about me not coming to your Super Bowl party yet. I was like, no, you're absolutely right. I have not. So, yeah, like that. We've got a whole week now to handle that. So, we're looking forward to it. A lot of things happening in Vegas. A lot of folks breaking the old, don't stay more than 2 or 3 days in Vegas at a time. A lot of folks going to be breaking that. So yeah, we got some Super Bowl stuff. I haven't looked at the line yet. I'm assuming Frisco is a slight favorite in the game, but we'll look at the line and we'll look at the over/under here in the early going and at least kind of give some thoughts on it. I tend toward experience in these scenarios. It's why I picked Kansas City to pull the upset of Baltimore. Even though Kansas City is not what they have been, they still have the experience. They still have the best quarterback in the game, and that means something. So, also, Rodgers, while you weren't looking, Taylor Swift dropped a new album yesterday during the Grammys. She got up to, I think she was presenting an award. I didn't watch it. I think she was presenting an award, and she announced her new album, and of course her social team was on top of it, so it immediately went out. Her new album, it basically set the world ablaze. That's all I saw on Twitter. It was that and Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs' version of Fast Car, which, by the way, if you didn't watch it, go watch it. It is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. If you have not, holy cow, Bobby Witt Jr. agrees to a contract extension worth nearly $300 million. Hambone, that's good for a former Northwestern State Lady Demons softball player who is his fiance. So, wow. Good for her. She ain't going to have to worry about nothing for a while. So, yeah, if you don't know, Luke Combs, country music artist, had a hit with Fast Car. He just basically, and here's the thing, he didn't even really do like a remake of it. He basically just did the country version of Fast Car. It wasn't like he changed a bunch of stuff. Come to find out, he is a huge Tracy Chapman fan. He is that was one of his favorite songs growing up. So, he has an amazing amount of reverence for her. And so when he did the song, he did it as basically kind of an homage, if you will. It's a song he's always wanted to do. He got permission to do it. And he did the country version of it, and it went to the top of the charts. Now, the interesting thing is she is the lone writer of that song, so she became the first, I believe, black female solo writer on a number one country hit in the history of the charts, which was pretty cool. But Tracy Chapman has not performed in 15 years. Like, she is, she just vanished. Well, last night at the Grammys, they hits that familiar that familiar riff, that guitar riff, and so they're kind of doing a slow reveal, It starts with the guitar, and you can just see a couple of hands, and then they reveal, and the place is going bananas, just crazy. And they back out, and they put the light on her, and it's Tracy Chapman singing Fast Car. And Luke Combs comes out with her, and they do a duet of it. And it was fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go look it up on, it's on Twitter. It's all over the place. Go look it up. Do yourself a favor. I'll be honest with you. Fast Car, I enjoyed it. It wasn't like I was some kind of, I wasn't head over heels for it or anything. I wasn't some huge Tracy Chapman fan. I don't know that I know any of her other music, but I liked Fast Car. It's a good song, right? And had a really pretty incredible message about, sacrifices you make for your family, growing up, and all that, and kind of growing up. I think she grew up in Cleveland, I believe, and just kind of going through what you go through growing up, and not being in a kind of being poor and that thing. And it's the lyrics are amazing. The song itself is really good. It's very simple and melodic, but it's so good. And again, I wasn't like a huge Tracy Chapman fan or anything like that. I really liked the song. But she and Luke Combs did it absolute justice, and it was fun to watch him. Like, he just kept looking at her the whole time, partly to make sure they were synced up with what they were singing. Make sure especially the times when they were together, they were singing together. He wanted to make sure they were, singing together. But it was interesting to watch him. Like, he literally looked like he was just, it looked like he was like wanting to pinch himself. Like, is this real? Am I really sitting here, like standing here with Tracy Chapman singing this song at the Grammys? And they did a fabulous version of it. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was really good. And again, first time Tracy Chapman has performed anything live in like 15 years. Got her out for the Grammys, and the crowd went nuts. The second that initial lick hit, and then they pan back, and then they put the spotlight, because she was in the dark to start with, and then they put the spotlight on her face, and the place just went ballistic. And they kept showing crowd shots. It was Taylor Swift, obviously, standing and singing. It was a couple other guys. I think one of them was Jelly Roll, who's a country guy. Him and another guy are standing and singing. Like, everyone was just in awe. Like, it was awesome. If you haven't seen it, I didn't watch any of the Grammys, but I saw that on Twitter and watched it, and it was special. So go check it out. Speaking of special, it's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. We're special. We're great. You ain't going to find this kind of sports entertainment anywhere else in the world. That's how we roll. That's what we do. But we're here, hanging out in the studio, starting another week of shows. Incredibly happy to have you with us. Loving life, Super Bowl Sunday. Going to talk about the Pro Bowl a little bit. Hambone and I watched a little bit of the Pro Bowl because we were eating and it was on television. It was that, or we were watching North Carolina, Virginia Tech women's basketball, which was a lot of fun as well. They ended up going to overtime in that game. Meanwhile, you had LSU play yesterday and just absolutely blow the doors off of Florida. It was not pretty. Kind of not pretty from the jump. Speaking of LSU, the men's team. How was Fletcher, Rogers? Is he all right? He's over it. He knows Arkansas isn't any good, so he accept their fate. Yeah, Musselman seems like he's on the way out.
Apparently a player tried to fight him last night.
Oh, really? You had a player fight? Was this the same rumor? I was going to say, is this the same rumor mill that had the other rumor? I don't.
No, this one actually saw on the video.
Oh, that you could see that they had a whole. Okay. Well, did you see ULM, Rogers? Did you see that video? The guy shoving his teammate down into the seats? That was crazy. Yeah, man. All kind of stuff going on. Meanwhile, the Demons got a win on Saturday, which was nice. Hambone, I got to do two things on that broadcast, Saturday. that I was very happy about. One, I got to drop a camo joke. You know I love a good camo joke. Rogers rolls his eyes every time I do it, but it was Military Appreciation Day. So actually I dropped 2 camo jokes on the air. One was overt. One was very kind of quiet and hidden. Wasn't quiet. It was just very subtle. So it's Military Appreciation Day. And hey, Rogers, can you play a quick song for me? I got to take this call. Thank you, Hambone. Appreciate it. That was the trying to do some stuff with for my mom, get some stuff arranged, financing wise, and that was them calling back. So I had to take that call. Anyway, so all right, so it was Military Appreciation Day yesterday at Saturday, Military Appreciation Day Saturday at NSU. And at halftime, they had the ROTC at NSU basically walk all of the service flags around. You know, you had the Army, the Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Marines, and they walked around the perimeter of the court as the music played, the kind of pomp and circumstance music for each of the academies, right? So that happened. And then all of the military members went and sat in a set of bleachers over on the baseline, kind of by themselves. All right. So with that in mind, 2 things I did. One, at halftime, I'm interviewing our director of ticketing, Scott Maggio, who I called Chris Maggio, by the way, who's the former Northwestern State president. Anyway, Scott Maggio is behind me, or excuse me, I'm interviewing him, and behind me, they're walking off the floor and going to take the flags back to their stands and put them up, like kind of right off the court. So they're walking by behind me, and I just casually dropped, "Excuse the flags floating by behind us." Right? And that was it. I just said, "Excuse the flags floating by behind us, Scott, blah, 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 tickets, baseball, whatever." And James, our producer, who we've had on the show a couple times, actually caught it. He said, I started laughing, like I was cracking up. He said, I think I was the only one that caught that just, quick little blurb. Well, I made a joke about they were giving a certificate to a couple of service members out on the floor during a break with NSU President Marcus Jones, and I made the joke, why is Marcus standing out there by himself? Just to the truck. That was not on air. That was just, I was doing that to the truck during a break. And James started laughing and said, everyone in the truck got it but one person. And I was like, oh, yeah, there's always one that doesn't get the joke. And that's the one that you're, that's the one you want, is the one who doesn't get the joke. And then we came back from a break, came out from a timeout, and I told James, hey, let's go ahead and actually he suggested it to me. So why don't we go ahead and mention Military Appreciation Day and all that. And I'm like, great idea. I said, let's get a camera shot of all of the ROTC folks sitting in that section of bleachers behind the baseline. So we come back at a break, and it's a video of all of the service members there in the bleachers behind the baseline. And I said something to the effect of, on your screen, you see what appears to be an empty section of bleachers, but it is actually just our cleverly disguised, military members for Northwestern State. It is, and then I went on Military Appreciation Day and how good the ROTC is at Northwestern, and how appreciative we are of their service, and on and on. But I did drop another camo joke. That one was much more overt, and they had a good laugh at it. Everyone enjoyed it. Also, Rogers, they wanted me to make a Gilligan's Island reference or two. They initially wanted me to do Tombstone references, but as you and I both know, I've never seen Tombstone. It's on the list. I haven't seen it, so I can't make Tombstone references. So they said, all right, have you seen Gilligan's Island? I was like, I watch Gilligan's Island all the time. I watch it usually at night. It's on like kind of a marathon at night. I'll watch it. And so they asked me to make a couple of Gilligan's Island references during the broadcast. I dropped one pretty quickly in, and I said, y'all buckle up. We've got almost a 3-hour tour for you here in Natchitoches. And then I dropped another one with something about a guy got hit hard or something. He got hit hard, but unlike the SS Minnow, he didn't sink. And those are my Gilligan's Island references. So the other one that I was pretty proud of was there was the best player on the floor for Texas A&M Commerce was a guy named Quo Agua. K-W-O-A-G-W-A. Quo Agua. He's a Canadian kid. And so obviously he hits a three, and I do a splash, right? Agua splash, that kind of thing. And then there was another one, and he was kind of keeping them in it or leading the comeback or whatever. And I basically said something to the effect of, the most refreshing thing for Commerce today has been agua. Something to that effect. Anyway, so there were my puns and jokes that I made during the course of the broadcast. Look, I tell everyone all the time, we're going to put on a good broadcast. We're going to be professionals. We're going to be reasonably neutral. We're going to give the visiting team their due when they come to our place. All of that's going to happen. We are not going to be boring. We are going to have a good time. We're going to crack a few jokes here and there. Like, all of that is going to happen. That's I believe we're as Timmy B used to say, and he's absolutely right, we're playing in the sandbox of life when we get to call sports for a living. So why wouldn't we have a good time? And I'm a big believer in that. So if I can drop an agua splash, if I can drop folks dressed up in camo, you can't see them in the bleachers. If I can drop a Gilligan's Island reference because my producers want me to, then absolutely we're going to make that happen. That's what we do at the Northwestern State broadcast. And by the way, Rogers, we're quickly approaching baseball, softball season. Softball actually begins in 3 days, not at home, so I'm not there yet. But baseball begins not long thereafter, and baseball actually has a home series on the 16th. So we are basically 2 weeks from home baseball happening in Natchitoches. So kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy that all this is going on. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30, The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick, that's us, as we mentioned. Super Bowl week, we're going to talk about that probably somewhat ad nauseum. We are going to discuss kind of what we see offensively, defensively from both squads, where we think the matchup advantages are, that sort of thing. We'll do that as the week progresses. We also are going to talk about the Pro Bowl a little bit. I watched more of the Pro Bowl than I expected to, and we'll discuss that. And then whatever else is on your mind, we'd love to hear from you from the weekend. We had LSU getting a win, both men and women. You had Northwestern State getting wins, both men and women. You had apparently an Arkansas player attack a coach. You had the ULM player pushes his buddy on the bench. Had all kind of fun stuff going down over the weekend. So we'd love to hear from you. Give us a shout. The ways to do that, you can call us on the regular old phone line. No sponsor yet for the phone line. If you'd like to sponsor the phone line, please do that by giving us a text on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. We'll tell you how to do that in a moment. First, you call us, 318-RALLY-45. That's 318-725-5945.
Hello.
Hey, Coach O. Can also find us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426, also known as the
Bobby L. Green Plumbing
text line. So find us there. And again, if you want to text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, feel free and let us know that you might have some, you might want to be involved in the show in some way. We would absolutely love to have you. So if you are potentially wanting to sponsor the show, come on, man. We love to have you. Put your name on the YouTube channel. We get you out there in the world. Talk about you like we do Hollis Dental Care and Bobby L. Green Plumbing, and we used to Two John Steak and Seafood. We do that every single time that we hear from you guys, that folks hear from us. We like to mention how great our sponsors are. So if you want to be involved, text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. We're also available on YouTube. That's right, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Find us there. You can reach us there. Subscribe to the channel. youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. Let folks know if you haven't. All of that would be greatly appreciated as we try to make our way to 500 subscribers. Any way that you can help us get some subscribers numbers up, we would greatly appreciate. We're also on Twitter/X @Netherton Show. That's the main one. That guy over there is @HeyBoyRogers, and I would be @PT Netherton. Also available on the app, 1130 The Tiger. Search for it on Google Play, your iTunes App Store, and you can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. Gotta love that. Rogers, who beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? They were just mentioning Mahomes was 2-1 in Super Bowls. Patriots beat him? Was that beat? Okay. No, they're in this. No, they couldn't be. It had to be an NFC team. Was that the Rams Super Bowl? Was that it? Okay. Or was that the Eagles? Who the Eagles beat? I think, well, the Eagles, like, back, yeah. Peterson, yeah. Eagles lost to the Chiefs last year. Okay. It's hard. It's so hard for me to keep everything straight. There's so many teams. And I'm getting old, Rogers. You know, getting old, brother. Speaking of getting old.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
Hambone, you know, normally you get arrested for holding your microphone in public.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
But you do what you got to do.
Got to be careful.
That's why the old Bone's been doing this for 40
Tampa.
plus years.
Tampa beat Kansas City.
Ah,
a couple people
okay.
just texted. That was Brady's Tampa Super Bowl.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Two years ago now? Because he retired and then...
okay, I guess so,
yeah.
It just all runs together.
It all runs together, my friend.
And the river runs through it.
Rams beat Burrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because he had one play to go.
Yeah.
If he'd have just had another second to throw, he had the receiver open down the side to win the touchdown to win the game. Gosh.
How you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Making it?
Yeah.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
You got to hold your microphone.
It's been a long day.
And you got to hold your microphone, which is not a lot of fun.
Yep.
And
that's okay. I mean,
at least it works.
I
mean, Rogers, sometimes when your microphone doesn't work, you know, you have to seek some sort of help.
I mean, you know,
outside help.
Call regional urology.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Call somebody. Get some help done.
Yeah.
On that thing.
Here we are, Super Bowl week, man.
Yep, we made it.
Yep.
Where do we stand, Rogers? Percentage of ham bone at the Super Bowl party? Are we less than 0.1%?
I don't bet. I don't do betting lines. I don't gamble. So that's all part of that big lump.
Okay.
I got nothing to do with that.
All right. Well, it's funny. You really do have a lot to do with that, Rogers, because you're ultimately the one that has to decide if you show up.
Well,
for
then
the
that's
Super
for
Bowl
everybody
party.
else to bet on.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to try to set some odds on it at some point. Right now, Hambone not showing up is minus.
And again, we talked on the Fletcher
40,
show this morning. If kickoff was 2:30, this would be a different thing.
Sure. Agreed. And look, and not to say I haven't tried, right? I've been like, hey, I'll take you home at halftime, if you want, or whatever. Just hadn't. Nothing's worked.
Now
yet.
It's dark at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Kickoff's not till 5:30.
Yeah.
Halftime wouldn't be till 7:30. So that just. Then they got to be at work, get up at 2:30 the next morning. That's the problem there.
Yeah.
That's
Again,
the
that's
problem
why
there.
the whole move it to Saturday is such a
I would
reasonable
have
thing.
No problem with that.
Yeah. It's such a
Even
reasonable
if it was
thing.
7 o'clock on a Saturday night, at least that gives me the next day to sleep.
That's right. Sleep till you want.
And sleep
till
it
you
off.
wake up.
Sleep off the food, sleep off the drink, sleep off everything.
Yeah.
But no, they got to do it on Sunday night when everybody's going to go to school the next morning, work the next morning, and people like my poor soul got to get up at 2:30.
Which is, a great time for a dentist appointment. Not a good time to wake up in the morning.
They're just not open right now at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
If it was the afternoon, I'd be perfect for Cormier.
Yeah.
And Dental Hollis.
Yeah.
I do both of them.
Yeah.
They're two of our favorite people, period.
Yeah, I mean, look.
If one can't get you, the other can.
Well, here's the
me.
great thing, Rogers. If you call Hollis Dental early in the morning, they'll get you in the same day. 9. Yeah, they'll get you in the same day. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Man, that's like our Porter sponsor in the morning. Get your dry cleaning in by
in
9,
by 9,
you get
out
it
by 5. Yeah.
Wow.
And then sometimes, Rogers, you have to stand in front of the mirror and adjust your
We need
cuffs.
to have a little, okay, all right. We need to start dropping clothes off at the dental places.
That's right. Matt Hollis, can you starch these shirts?
Because we can work a deal. Portals will come by and pick that stuff up, I promise.
Yeah. You got to adjust our cufflinks in the mirror, Rogers. That's how we do when we talk about Porter's cleaners.
I'm waiting for the zipper one.
Yep. Just zip it on up. All right. Let's take a break. Yeah, Hambone started talking about by the way, I fell down a rabbit hole, Rogers. Last night, I was up till about 3 a.m. There's a lady called she's her name's Elizabeth Zarnoff. She's known as the Charismatic Voice. She's an opera singer and vocal coach who watches and listens to music and basically reacts to it and talks about, how they make these vocals and, what the portion of the throat that they use and how they move the vocal cords and all that. And I fell down a hole because she is in love with Ann Wilson. And who isn't, right? So I watched 3 or 4 of those videos, but then she also had Kate Bush running up that hill, and I was the whole time she's playing it, and I'm like, wah, wah, wah. I'm just doing the noises because that's what I love to do. Which guy is this, Rogers? David Lee Roth. Okay, not Van Hagar. It's actually Van Halen. All right, we'll take a break. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, off and running. Let's hear from you on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. We'll be back.
Just like I've told you before. Yeah,
Tickets for the 10th annual Red Dirt Barbecue and Music Festival are on sale now. You'll want to jump in the queue for this one because tickets will be going faster than fresh napkins while eating ribs with wet rub on them. This year's lineup features Randy Rogers Band, Casey Donahue, Colby Cooper, along with Treaty Oak Revival, Pony Bradshaw, and Mark Chestnut. The 10th annual Red Dirt Barbecue and Music Fest features 3 different ticket flavors to satisfy cravings. So whether you're feeling like eating everything in sight from one of the 25 most celebrated barbecue joints in Texas by going VIP paparazzi style, there's also general admission and concert-only tickets available at reddirtbbqfest.com. The Chillin' and Grillin' is going down Saturday, May 4th in downtown Tyler, Texas.
Brought to you by Cavender's, Choctaw Casino and Resort, Leslie Kane Realty, and Bird Dog Insurance Services.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-294-8831 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-294-8831. That's 800-294-8831. What do you have to lose? Call 800-294-8831. Again, 800-294-8831.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-temperature performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through March 4th, get 5 quarts of Castrol Edge or Edge High Mileage Full Synthetic and an oil filter for $36.99, only at AutoZone.
Claim based on Sequence 3 H-test versus API SP test limits.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Just got back today. Them wild-eyed boys that had been away haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown.
Downtown.
Driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30. The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick. That's us. Rogers, I'm trying real hard. One of my best friends got been in a movie, and the movie trailer just came out, and he plays like a mutant who I'm not going to give away the ending, but basically he plays one of 3 mutants who like terrorize. There's like I think the official movie plot synopsis is a group of friends were going into the desert to go see some concert, and their car breaks down, and they encounter the fiends, and Jeff is one of the fiends. They are, mutant types. It's kind of The Hills Have Eyes, if you will. And I'm trying to get Greg to book him for GeekCon, and he's not biting. Unlike my boy Jeff, who I believe does bite at some point during the movie. Spoiler alert. But it's not really working, Rogers. I tried. Sorry, Jeff. I tried, man. I was trying to get you some love at GeekCon. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Feel free to give us a shout on the phone line at 318 Rally 45, 318-725-5945, or you can reach us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. Big Peanut said, I'm pumped up today because I get to listen to the best sports talk radio show around for a change. That's cool, man. Congratulations on getting to listen to Dan Patrick. Rogers Nicole Auerbach was on Dan Patrick today. And I mentioned that she's, after reaching the pinnacle and being on my show multiple times, she's giving some of the lesser, less well-known shows an opportunity to book her. And so she's being very generous, allowing Dan Patrick to have her on his tiny radio show. 318 said, do you offer job shadowing for students? Give me some more information. 318. What we're talking about, like at Northwestern? Are we talking here? Sports. Are we talking sports talk radio? Are we talking play by play? What are you looking at? I'm not at all. I'm open to it. I'm just looking for parameters. Whether that be you're looking to try to sit in on a sports talk show, or you're trying to a broadcast or whatever. Give me some parameters and give me some more details, and let's talk. Alpha Menace said Tampa Bay. Bucko said Brady and the Bucks. Rams beat Joe and the Bengals. Yes. Double J said some folks work the graveyard shift and sleep during the game. Actually, it was Bucko that said Rams beat Joe and the Bengals. Double J said some folks work the graveyard shift and sleep during the game. I don't know. Luckily, I don't work graveyard shift. Double J also said Pat Mahomes, the father, not Patrick Mahomes, the son. Pat Mahomes arrested for at least his 6th DWI. He's been arrested 11 times since 2009 on suspicion of such. How do these celebs and or family members of celebs keep being allowed to put lives at risk, a la Tammy Sitch, a.k.a. Sonny, who killed someone driving drunk? They can afford to hire a chauffeur or have their licenses revoked. Yeah, I mean, look, it's being a celebrity or being a famous person or an athlete of some repute or a family member of one of those people doesn't disqualify you from having problems. And it doesn't disqualify you from making poor decisions. I mean, Patrick Mahomes signed, what was it, Rogers? $500 million was his contract, right? I mean, you think he couldn't afford to get his dad an Uber? But his dad is also an adult, right? And he has to make his own decisions. So while I would love to sit here and sit in judgment, it's hard for me to, right? I think what Double J is talking about is how come they get to keep getting out and continuing to do this. Right. No, you said he's been arrested 11 times since 2009. Right. It's money that keeps him out of prison. But I've got to imagine that at some point they just revoke the license, something to that effect, you would think. But I don't know, right? I'm not sure what the rationale is. So that's the major issue is people that have money, and obviously Pat Mahomes through himself as having a nice long baseball career, and his son having $500 million contract. They've got every opportunity to sort of buy their way out of trouble. They should not be able to, right? Pat Mahomes shouldn't have a driver's license. He probably should be in jail. But, you know, I'm not here to. I'm not going to sit here and judge him. Yeah, he clearly has made some mistakes. He's clearly got issues. You know, you would hope that with all of the money available to Patrick that he would maybe, you know, find a way to put him in rehab. I don't know, but he has to be willing. You know, you can only hold someone against their will for a certain length of time in a rehab type situation, unless they're an imminent danger to themselves. And he's not suicidal. He just has a drinking issue. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the solution is, but you would think. I mean, I would believe that Patrick Mahomes, the son, is probably trying to do everything in his power. But also, it's not exactly a great time for Patrick Mahomes to be dealing with off-the-field things, right? You got to rely on your mom, your wife, whomever. I mean, his brother had already gotten into trouble. So, you know, I feel for Patrick Mahomes because he seems like a really pretty down-to-earth, you know, he seems to be a good dude. And yet he's got family issues going on, which don't we all? Right? We all have some kind of familial issues or friends or whatever. So I feel for him, especially this week as he's trying to get ready to potentially win a Super Bowl or try to go win a Super Bowl. So I definitely feel for him, man. I feel for him. Jeff said, LOL, don't book me for GeekCon. Why not let's see if the movie is released first? Ain't nobody trying to see The Fiends. Yeah, if you want to see the trailer, it's called Desert Fiends. And one of my best friends, Jeff, is in it, playing one of the Fiends. And, he gets to get out there and cause some trouble, some mayhem, run around. He may have a particular identifying feature as part of his costume and his makeup, but you can watch the trailer and enjoy that. Rogers, we should watch the trailer during the break and check it out. See Jeff at work, fiending it up. Rogers, he does his best work when he doesn't really have to talk. Let's be honest. All right. Get in touch with us. 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. Text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. So apparently the Niners not happy with their practice field. They're practicing at UNLV. The NFL put in a sod field on top of field turf and started laying it just last week, when the NFL ordinarily requires Super Bowl practice fields to meet certain standards in December. The NFL hardness score for fields averages 78, no field less than 70. The Niners practice field is considered in the 50s. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are practicing at the Raiders training facility. You know, it's interesting because I have not seen a league with, and we've talked about this before, but I have not seen a league with as much money as the NFL has that also struggles as much with its playing surfaces. I mean, how many times have we watched a Bears game when the grass is just coming up in clumps, and the Packers and the Bills before they put in their synthetic surface? Glendale, right? That was the Super Bowl last year, and we remember the Chiefs and the Eagles kept slipping and falling all the time with that surface, right? I don't understand how a league with so much money continues to struggle so much to have good playing surfaces. The players don't like the field turf. All right? They are not fans of the field turf. Obviously, it's better than AstroTurf, which nobody was a fan of. But then the field turf, apparently, more knee injuries happen. on field turf. Especially when it's hot outside, the sun, it can bake those, the little rubber pellets and make it, just make it a really hot playing surface. There's a lot more. You can get a lot, get grass burn, like basically rug burns on that field as opposed to like a natural field, grass field where you won't have that happen. So the players, by and large, are not big fans of the synthetic surfaces. And so it makes sense that you'd want to play on a real field. But putting actual sod over the top of field turf just sounds like a recipe for disaster. It sounds terrible. And to only have put it down last week? Like, it continues to boggle the mind why the NFL sucks so much at field maintenance. I don't understand. And Arizona's the number one culprit. Every time you turn around and you watch a game in Arizona, the field's just coming up in clumps. You see that at Soldier Field for the Bears. Like, I understand the synthetic grass is not as good as natural grass. I mean, Rogers, you know that. Synthetic grass, not as good as natural grass. But the idea that we have a multi-billion-dollar league that can't figure it out is unfathomable to me. It completely astounds me that this league can't figure this out. Make everything natural and pay the money, or make it all synthetic and just, make it as good a synthetic field as you can. But this idea that every time we turn around on a natural grass field, we're worried about footing and safety conditions, that's not a tenable thing for the NFL. So I struggle with that. Double J said lots of beautiful golf courses around that NFL facility in Arizona. Sure. Now the difference is no one's running full speed in cleats on the third fairway. And no one's planting and cutting and trying to hold up against a 300-pound man bull rushing you into the backfield. So again, it's not like that's something that happens on these grass fields. The ninth fairway at one of those golf courses doesn't have that issue. So it's a little easier. All they have to worry about is guys taking divots. So why not figure this out better? Pay the money for it. It just is, it's crazy. Scott and Benton said the problem lies with him trying to replace the playing surface right before the Super Bowl. Takes 8 weeks to properly grow a field from sod, not 2 weeks. Yeah, I would agree with that. They rush the timetable. Right, that's an issue. It's a hey, especially in certain spots, you've got the ability to go in. Vegas hasn't had a game in weeks. UNLV hasn't had a game or practice or anything in weeks. They don't start spring ball for a while. So why wouldn't you have gone in and put in this natural field that you want to put in for the practices for the Niners? Why didn't you do it 6 weeks ago? The Patrick Netherton Show. We'll be back.
Whatever happened to Tony Horton, the guy who created the revolutionary P90X?
2017, I was knocked down. A very rare type of shingles that went straight into my brain. My body was completely wasting away. I started researching everything related to building my muscle back again. That's when I learned about the potential of HMB plus vitamin D3 and what they can do when it comes to helping build new muscle.
So Tony developed high-impact protein by Power Life.
Just add 1 scoop of high-impact protein to a glass of water or your morning smoothie and enjoy the effects of that boss molecule and factory worker combination. Reshaping your body each and every day. More energy, burn more fat, and probably drop a few pounds along the way.
High-impact protein by Power Life is a tasty once-a-day powder that comes in either whey or plant protein. Go to mypowerlife.com and use code MUSCLE to save 30%. Tony even offers a 90-day guarantee. Go to mypowerlife.com or text MUSCLE to 511-511. Text MUSCLE to 511-511 today. All individuals are unique. Your results can and will vary. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
This year, Dell Technologies wants to help you do amazing things with their best tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-770-5322. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-770-5322. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-770-5322. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-770-5322. That's 800-770-5322.
Dog parents are loving Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend Premium Dog Food.
The way she acts and the way she moves, it's just so much better. And she's like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a freeze-dried raw food made with 0 artificial preservatives, so it's naturally shelf-stable with no mess, freezer, or fridge required. Plus, it's full of premium turkey, beef, salmon, and meat your dog will love.
We started with Nature's Blend. She's happy, she sleeps well, she's energetic. I am just delighted with this product.
When given the choice. Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in dry dog food. 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of delicious beef liver treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, everyone gather around. I have some exciting
Running her shoe factory, Kendra talks the talk and walks the walk.
We're switching to green energy.
She needs a biotech consultant to erase her carbon footprint.
All operations will net zero emissions.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do.
You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick. That's us, guys. You ever had those days when one of your eyes isn't working right, Rogers? Today's one of my left eye. Oh, lefty just didn't quite getting it. It's a little. Just today. Like yesterday was great. Today, not good. Gotta hate it when Der Kommissar's in town, Rogers. Who sings that, Rogers? After the Fire. Well, according to this, so did Falco sing it at some point? Yes. He's the lead singer of After the Fire. Oh, he's the lead singer. Okay, now that makes sense. I was like, why does it keep saying Falco on here? Yeah. Well, that's not what it's supposed to say. He was the lead singer. Okay. Now we're starting to make some sense. Now we're making a little sense out there. Yeah, now it's making a little more sense. Rogers, give me a little music real quick, please. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Thank you, Rogers. You always end up with something going on, man. It's never simple and easy. That's how it rolls. Okay, so yeah, Falco was the lead singer of After the Fire. So that makes sense then. What's up, everybody? It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick. That's us. Hope everyone is doing well. We are. Give me some music again, Rogers. Sorry, I'm having to deal with something at the house. Patrick Netherton, that's us. Rogers, that's him. Sorry, gang. Just, when you got a mom who tends to wander from time to time, trying to get her to get back inside and hang out till I get home. It's not easy sometimes. So, if you want to text us, you can. Double J asked if that was Shane Falco. And the answer to your question is no. It is not Shane Falco. A.K.a. Footsteps Falco. Definitely not Shane Falco. Who is Falco, Rogers?
They're like a British band, I think.
Falco was an Austrian singer and musician.
Yeah, I knew they were from somewhere else.
His actual name is Johann Hans Holzel. And, of course, the hit that everyone remembers him from is Rock Me Amadeus. So, there you go. All right. So, we got the Super Bowl to talk about. We got 2 wins for LSU over the weekend. You had the men dismantle the Razor Pigs, and then you had the women dismantle the Gators. Neither game was particularly close. And both teams, both the women and the men, got up big early, and it was a rout in both of them. Michaela Williams played well on the women's side, obviously Parkway's own. She played very well, and you had, most everyone on the men's side played well. LSU women having to bounce back from a pair of losses in a row. And interestingly, they were doing the women's bracketology, and I'm not normally a fan of, hey, let's take a look at everything right now. But they were doing the women's bracketology, and they had LSU as a 4 seed, which despite the fact that they're ranked number 9 in the country, they had them as a 4 seed, which, do the math. The 9th ranked team should be a 3 seed. It should be your highest rated 3 seed. It should not be a 4 seed. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me why you would see them be a 4 seed. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So I don't know. Maybe they're seeing something I'm not. It wasn't like they played a really rigorous non-conference schedule. right? They had a couple of good games in there, but by and large, it was a reasonably easy schedule. So, I don't know. That's so yeah. It's not like this was a big thing, but I'll be shocked by the end of the season if LSU's not a 2 or a 3. I would really be surprised if they end up as a 4. Like, that doesn't feel like that's something that would happen. It feels like LSU would be a 2 or a 3. And I think by the end of the season, that's likely what's going to be the case. Is LSU will probably be a 2 or a 3 on the women's side. Meanwhile, the men continue to play well. It seems like Matt McMahon's got that kind of thing kind of turned around a bit and headed back in the correct direction. So it just seems like he kind of knows what he's doing. And obviously he had a lot of success at the lower levels, so it's not like he's not capable. Just didn't really have the team he was looking for in that first iteration, that first season. And it seems like he's kind of found things a little bit better here in season number 2. Obviously, the temporary restraining order that allowed Cook to get eligible helps. But Will Baker, the big man, the 7-footer, was just spectacular against Arkansas. I think he went 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, I believe, and was just brilliant. I think he was 9 of 11 from the field, something like that. He was just spectacular. Every time you turned around, he was knocking down a shot and just, making it happen. So LSU now 12-9 overall, 4-4 in league play. Now, they played a reasonable schedule. Obviously, Mississippi Valley, Nichols, Dayton's not bad. North Texas, not bad. Wake, not bad. Syracuse, not bad. Kansas State is pretty solid this year. Texas, obviously, is very good. So they're going to be propped up a bit by their schedule. And then you get into the SEC, and the SEC is not the best league in America, but it is certainly a very strong representative league. So you're not gonna miss anything by playing in the SEC. There's very few teams in the SEC who will bring you down. Arkansas, unfortunately, seems right now like one of them. Unfortunately for the Hogs and for our boy Timmy Fletch, a.k.a. Dear Leader, a.k.a. Tim Jong-un. It's rough out there, man. Will Baker, 9 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, 25 points, 2 rebounds. Jordan Wright had 13 points, lived at the free throw line. He was 10 of 11 from there. Mike Williams, the third, with 13. Jalen Cook, who I was just mentioning, he's the beneficiary of the restraining order, allowing 2-time Division I transfers to be eligible. Jalen Cook, 20 points in just 20 minutes. Right? Anytime you can get a point a minute and you're not having to do it with a high volume of shots, and Cook took 8 shots to score 20 points. I mean, Baker took 11 shots to score 25 points. That's all fantastic. Anytime you can get anything like that, you'll consider that a win. 4 guys in double digits. They shot 54% from the field. They hit 12 threes. Just a tremendous effort all the way around for this LSU squad. So good work by LSU. Great work by LSU getting it done, taking care of the Razor Pigs. Not good times for our boy Fletch. And it does sort of, I mean, the crazy thing to consider is that we're talking about potentially Eric Musselman being done at Arkansas. And this guy, how many Sweet 16s has he been to at Arkansas? Like 3?
Yeah, pretty close.
Like every time you turn around, they're making a run to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I think they made Elite 8 run too.
And yet we're talking about him being done. But you know what? It's somewhat in his character, right? He doesn't stay anywhere. And I think that to me is sort of the interesting thing about Musselman is, I mean, I'm looking at his track record as a head coach, right? Golden State Warriors, 2 years. Kings, 1 year. Reno Bighorns, 1 year. Los Angeles Defenders, 1 year. Got the Nevada job as a head coach, 4 years. Arkansas, he's been there since 19, so he's running up on 5 years now at Arkansas, and that's like the most time he's ever spent as a head coach since he was with the Rapid City Thrillers / Florida Beach Dogs when he stayed there for 6 years. Like, this is kind of Musselman's deal. He never stays in one place. It's always, what's the next thing? I mean, Rodgers from 98 until now, which is the span of 25, almost 26 years. He is with the Magic, the Hawks, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Kings, the Reno Bighorns, the Los Angeles Defenders, the Arizona State Sun Devils, LSU, Nevada, and Arkansas. Like, that's in 25 years. He's been with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different programs. 11 programs in the course. I mean, it's basically averaging 2 years at each stop. That's kind of who Eric Musselman is. And so it makes a little bit of sense that now that you're moving into, year 5, that maybe this is when he makes the move. He's named the head coach on April of 19, so he was 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24. So he is in his 5th year at the helm of Arkansas, and it's the longest he's been anywhere. He was at Nevada for 4 years. Rodgers, I forgot he was an LSU assistant under Johnny Jones. Yeah, they wanted him to be the guy, yeah. Was that Trent, or was Trent before Johnny Jones? Was he the guy they hired after they fired Johnny Jones?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're exactly right.
My My brain is no, he was before Johnny.
Really?
Yeah, it was Butch Pierre. No, it was John Brady, Dale Brown, John Brady, Butch Pierre for 1 year. That was like an interim thing. Trent Johnson, Johnny Jones, and then Will Wade replaced Johnny Jones. And then Tony Benford, Kevin Nickelberry, both interim, and then Matt McMahon. Yeah, Rodgers, they had, I think, over 100 LSU women's basketball alumni at the game on yesterday, Sunday, because they were officially naming it Sue Gunter Court. So here's my question. I should ask Kent Lowe this. Our boy Kent Lowe. Do they call it Dale Brown Court for the men's team, but Sue Gunter Court for the women's team? Or is it Sue Gunter Court and Dale Brown Court? Like, what is the actual court name? It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Looks like business is booming. What are all those tabs you have open on your computer?
Oh, hey. Well, this one is for my SEO company. This one is for my website company. This one is for my CRM. This is for invoicing and estimates. This one does email. And this one does billing.
Geez, that sounds tricky to manage.
It's clunky, but I need all this to run my business. Wait, you run your own business, and you're even busier than I am. Don't you have all this stuff too?
I do, but I get it all on one screen with the Town Square Business Management Platform.
What's that?
The Town Square Business Management Platform is an all-in-one tool that helps me grow and run my business. It combines website, billing, and scheduling into one program.
That sounds simpler than juggling all the tools I have now, but you still need someone else to help you find new business, right?
Nope. They have powerful digital advertising built into the platform as well, which helps me keep my calendar full. You can get a demo of the product for free. Check out their website. See if it makes sense for your business.
Go to townsquarelocal.com for a free demo of the Town Square Business Management Platform. Visit townsquarelocal.com. That's townsquarelocal.com.
Wouldn't you love to have a beautiful, straight smile without having to make routine visits to your dentist? Hi, I'm Dr. Katie Beach of Shreveport-Bossier Family Dental, and I'm excited to now offer virtual care for our patients during their Invisalign treatment. The Invisalign Virtual Care Solution utilizes user-friendly technology to monitor your progress without having to come into the office. Call us at 318-686-7470 to start your Invisalign virtual journey today.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 2/10. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Interesting, Roger. Did you know that Tad Gormley was an LSU coach at one point? I had no idea. I believe doesn't he have an arena named after him? Kind of interesting. Not at LSU. Yeah, he was at Tulane. I believe Gormley Stadium used to be Tulane Stadium. Is that right? Am I The former City Park Stadium in City Park, New Orleans was named Tad Gormley Stadium in 1957. Because I was just looking at the list of LSU coaches, and he was on there as an LSU basketball coach from 21 to 23. And I was like, I remember his name from Tulane, not from New Orleans. I mean, not from LSU. So there you go. And, of course, Rogers, it joined an illustrious list of Branch Bocock and Moon Ducote, guys like that. But I do wonder, like, I need to text Kent and find out, like, do the men call it Dale Brown Court and the women call it Sue Gunter Court? Do they call it Gunter Brown Court or Brown Gunter Court? That's be curious. Let's see. Ranger Tim said, I saw a very lengthy Washington Post investigative article about CTE and the NFL falling short helping these guys out. How can a multi-billion-dollar industry not take care of these guys? Have you ever met the NFL? Like, do you know how billionaires become billionaires? It's not by giving a bunch of money away and helping out a bunch of other people. Now, there are exceptions, but by and large, the ownership of the NFL becomes the ownership of the NFL because they hold on to their money. That's kind of how it works. 318 said a middle school student, maybe both play-by-play or sports talk. Okay, I'll text you 318, and we'll see what we can set up. I would say make a plan to get to a Northwestern State home basketball game because we can show him the ropes there, or her. I don't know. Don't want to assume the gender, but yeah, make a to get to, especially like a Saturday game. Those are usually easier, even though it's a double header. They're not as late at night, and we have a little more time. But yeah, try to make take some time, get to a home game, and I'll get you set up with tour of the truck, and you can kind of see, sit in with the truck and see what they do, and you sit in with me if you want, calling the game, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we can definitely set that up. But yeah, Ranger Tim, the NFL has gotten better about the CTE stuff. But look at the whole concussion thing when it first started, and the movie that they made with Will Smith as the doctor, right? Who was trying to, basically say that there was a causal effect from, the collisions to the head trauma, the CTE, all of that stuff, and how the NFL basically just, ran him out, right? That the NFL does not have a great track record of caring about its own constituency. Because, again, the ownership doesn't get to be ownership by giving their money away and being that kind of person. They tend to be that way because they're holding on to their money. Cocky said, judging by the manner which the playing court is adorned, it gives the impression that each coach has been dedicated a half court. Sue Gunter and Dale Brown. Well, yeah, I mean, you couldn't really put them right next to each other. That's a little obtrusive. But I don't mind where they're at, how they're done. I will say it's interesting to me because while Gunter and Brown both were tremendous coaches and both had a tremendous impact on the two universities, neither one won a title, right, Rogers? Neither one of them won a title. They're both really good folks, really good people, really good coaches, longevity, all of that. But it's not like you look up and you go, man, Dale Brown won 3 championships, or Sue Gunter. Right now, I would argue that Kim Mulkey has done more for LSU women's basketball in 2 years than Sue Gunter did for her whole career. And that's not a slight on Sue Gunter. That's just how much Kim Mulkey has done in 2 years' time to raise the profile of the LSU women's basketball team, not to mention won a national championship in year 2. So I don't have a problem with it. Name the court whatever you want. Put whose ever name on it you want. I personally don't care. It's not something that I invest my time and energy into. There are folks that do, and more power to them. Right? More power to them if they are, there's someone who invests time and energy into wanting to make these things happen. Good. There are causes that I invest in my time and energy. This just doesn't happen to be one of them. But I don't begrudge anyone who does. I really don't. Chuck said, I think Tad Gormley Stadium is where the Saints started playing. Yeah. Rogers, is that where the Super Bowl was? Or was that at Tulane's actual stadium? One of the first Super Bowls was in New Orleans, and I can't remember if it was, let me see, list of Super Bowl stadiums. Okay. The list of Super Bowl stadiums does not exist. That's what it says. It was on Wikipedia. All right, here we go. Guide to the Super Bowl host cities. Here we go. Super Bowl. This should give me the list with all of the places and whatnot. All right, venues. The Caesars Superdome has hosted 7 Super Bowls, more than any other stadium. Let's go. Let's see. New Orleans had it in 70, 72, 75, 78, 81, 86, 90, 97, 02, 13, and 25. All right. The host stadium, 27 different stadiums, 7 of which have been demolished, have either hosted or are scheduled to host Super Bowl. Tulane Stadium, there you go, has hosted 3 Super Bowls, 70, 72, and 75. Tulane Stadium hosted it. Rogers, it's not the one that's in City Park. Tulane Stadium, outdoor football stadium, stood from 26 to 80. Was officially the 3rd Tulane Stadium, and was basically on the campus. And the current Tulane Stadium, Yulman Stadium, is just to the north. It hosted the Sugar Bowl through December of 1974 and 3 of the first 9 Super Bowls, 70, 72, and 75. Since the institution of the annual Sugar Bowl game, Tulane Stadium itself was often informally referred to iconically as the Sugar Bowl, or locally as the Sugar Bowl, also billed as the Queen of Southern Stadiums in a portion of Tulane's main campus in Uptown. Well, there you go. They expanded it. Holy cow, Rogers. Tulane Stadium seated 80,000 people. Wow. That is massive. I had no idea Tulane Stadium was that big. Hosted the Chiefs beating the Vikings in Super Bowl IV, the Cowboys beating the Dolphins in Super Bowl VI, and the Steelers beating the Vikings in Super Bowl IX. 80,000, 81,000, nearly 81,000 in those 3 games. The Super Bowl IX in 75 was scheduled to be played in the Superdome, but the Superdome wasn't finished yet. ZZ Top played there. John Curtis played there. Denver Broncos used it as their practice before Super Bowl 12, which was the first to be played in the Superdome. Last game was Chalmette versus Jesuit in 1979, and then they demolished it. That's crazy. Also, Rogers, how about this? When they demolished the stadium, they realized there were 2 mummies underneath it in a storage unit. That's crazy. It is now the home to the to 2 student housing complex, a parking structure, a student recreation center, and a quad. That is now where that's where old Tulane Stadium was. Wow, I had no idea Tulane Stadium was that big. That's crazy. All right, there you go. Little history lesson. A Mr. Know-It-All moment for you here on the Patrick Netherton Show. It's what we're all about. Trying to educate as well as entertain. That's what we do here on the show. So LSU women, big win. Michaela Williams looked good. Haley Van Lith looked good. Got back to kind of scoring a little bit. That's one of the things Kim Mulkey talked about was Van Lith had become a little too unselfish. That she was, she moved. She was an off guard when she played at Louisville. And when she got to LSU, she was tasked with being the point guard. She's the starting point guard on the team. So she kind of struggled in that she kind of wanted to be a facilitator, which is kind of what the point guard is. So she was sort of stuck trying to facilitate for everyone else. And basically Mulkey got after her and said, look, I need you to be you. Not what you think we want or what you think we need at the point guard position. I need you to be you. And she responded. Had a huge game in a 40-point win for LSU over Florida, and it was not close. Van Lith ended up with 21 points. Michaela Williams with 21 points, knocked down 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Anissa Morrow with 18. How about Rogers? Did you see Morrow's final numbers? 18 points, 20 rebounds. I believe she's the DePaul transfer, as I recall. 18 points, 20 rebounds for Anissa Morrow. Angel Reese, 14 and 10. Flau'jae Johnson, 10 and 3. Aaliyah Del Rosario off the bench, 11 and 9. Last year, Poa, the backup point guard, had 9 points and 4 assists. Leading the way in assists was Angel Reese. By the way, Michaela Williams could have had a double-double. She had probably 5 or 6 different assist opportunities that the players she passed to didn't make the bucket. That was frustrating to watch because Michaela Williams made a couple of just absolute dimes. A couple times it was pick and rolls with Angel Reese. One was Del Rosario, and they just blew the layups. And so she could have easily. She had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal, 4 assists. She could have very easily had 8 assists in that game, if not more. Just a tremendous effort by her. And the good news is with getting a huge win like that, LSU didn't have to play their starters a ton of minutes, which they do normally. Normally their starters are playing 33, 35 minutes. Angel Reese played 31. Michaela Williams played 30. Anissa Morrow played 27. Haley Van Lith played 27. Flau'jae Johnson played 19. So they didn't have to really extend those. I mean, last year, Poa, the backup point guard, played 26 minutes. Yeah, they need Haley Van Lith to be a creator for herself as much as for anyone else. So that's why she had 21 last night. Got to the line 10 times, knocked down 9 of them. Went 6 of 11 from the field. So, yeah, just quality work there. Double check that Anissa Morrow, I believe she's the DePaul transfer. Yes, she is the DePaul transfer. Cocky mentioned Tad Gormley Stadium's biggest claim to fame was a Beatles concert in 1965. So the Beatles were scheduled to play. They were supposed to play there. So ZZ Top played Tulane Stadium in 76. Fans rioted and threw objects at police officers, prompting Tulane to ban any future concerts on campus, which, by the way, has been extended to the current Yulman Stadium. 12 years prior to that, in 1964, Tulane refused to host the Beatles on their second U.S. tour, which is why the band ended up playing at City Park Stadium, a.k.a. Tad Gormley Stadium. They were supposed to play at Tulane, and Tulane refused that. And then 12 years later, ZZ Top played at the stadium. Fans got unruly, and they banned concerts in perpetuity, which extends now to the current stadium, Yulman Stadium. By the way, LSU, we mentioned getting an opportunity to get some rest for some of their key players, and that is obviously important as you go down the stretch as they turn around and play on Thursday against Vanderbilt on the road in Nashville. So it's a Thursday, Sunday type of schedule, though they do have a Thursday off after that Vanderbilt game. So Chuck said, I know there's a lot of Tad Gormley Stadium talk, but that really is a very historic place in Louisiana with a lot of events and happenings. Yeah, I'm lucky enough I called a game at Tad Gormley Stadium. LSU, Northwestern State played Tulane, and they played it at Gormley. And it was JP, y'all might remember Buffalo Bills QB JP Lossman. He was the quarterback at Tulane. Mewelde Moore was the tailback. I think Mewelde Moore went to Chicago, I think. But a lot of big names on that team. Funny enough, the former offensive coordinator at Northwestern State, Brad Smiley, who is now at Southern Arkansas as head coach, and current Southeastern Louisiana head coach Frank Selfo were both assistants on that Tulane staff when Northwestern State played there. Demons nearly won that game. As best I recall, it either went to overtime or was right at the end of the game, and Tulane ran a pick play for Mewelde Moore, and he caught it. It was like a 20-yard touchdown, and he caught it, and that's what won the game for Tulane, because they ran him out of the backfield on a wheel route, and the wide receiver came in and picked the linebacker, picked Northwestern State's linebacker, who was supposed to run in coverage, and ended up being an easy touchdown for Mewelde Moore. And I'll never forget, meeting Brad Smiley for the first time and basically saying, by the way, y'all ran a pick play. And he's, no, it's a rub, it's not a pick if they don't call it, whatever. And then same thing with Frank Selfo down at Southeastern Louisiana. Got to have a little fun with him as well. Hey, y'all know that was illegal. No, it wasn't illegal. It was a rub route. Flag wasn't thrown. It was legal. And so we had a lot of fun with that. But yeah, that was played at Tad Gormley Stadium, where a streaker ran out onto the field. He was just in like a Speedo. He wasn't like fully naked. He was just like in a Speedo or whatever. And he ran the length of the field from one end zone to the other end zone, ran out of the back of the end zone, through like past the track, and then hopped a fence into City Park, into Audubon, I think it's Audubon Park, whatever, hopped into the park and like kept running through the cypress trees that were out there, and not one cop made a move. Like, that dude literally hit the field in the north end zone, started trucking all the way to the south end zone in just a Speedo. They stop play, and the players are all just standing there, and this guy runs the 100 yards out of the back of the end zone, across the track, hops a fence, takes off through City Park, and not a single cop moved a muscle. You think those guys don't have experience having dealt with Mardi Gras? Yeah, they do. We'll be back.
dancer came dancing to my door. Last night a little angel came pumping on my floor.
The future depends on teachers who are reinventing the classroom and starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Louisiana is a one-of-a-kind place with one-of-a-kind people. But many here suffer from poor health, and our healthcare costs are among the highest in the nation. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana is partnering with Elevance Health. Together, we'll bring you new services and innovative technology to tackle our healthcare problems at a much faster pace than we could alone, all while keeping costs in check. Together, we'll build a better Blue for you.
Tickets for the 10th annual Red Dirt Barbecue and Music Festival are on sale now. You'll want to jump in the queue for this one because tickets will be going faster than fresh napkins while eating ribs with wet rub on them. This year's lineup features Randy Rogers Band, Casey Donahue, Colby Cooper, along with Treaty Oak Revival, Pony Bradshaw, and Mark Chestnut. The 10th annual Red Dirt Barbecue and Music Fest features 3 different ticket flavors to satisfy cravings. So whether you're feeling like eating everything in sight from one of the 25 most celebrated barbecue joints in Texas by going VIP paparazzi style, there's also general admission and concert-only tickets available at RedDirtBBQFest.com. The Chillin' and Grillin' is going down Saturday, May 4th in downtown Tyler, Texas.
Brought to you by Cavender's, Choctaw Casino and Resort, Leslie Kane Realty, and Bird Dog Insurance Services.
Dog parents are loving Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend Premium Dog Food.
The way she acts and the way she moves, it's just so much better. And she's like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a freeze-dried raw food made with 0 artificial preservatives, so it's naturally shelf-stable with no mess, freezer, or fridge required. Plus, it's full of premium turkey, beef, salmon, and meat your dog will love.
We started with Nature's Blend. She's happy, she sleeps well, she's energetic. I am just delighted with this product.
When given the choice, Nature's Blend and Amazon's #1 bestseller in dry dog food, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend first.
I'm so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee.
Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of delicious beef liver treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511. All pets are unique. Your pet's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply. Studies available upon request.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team. The plumbing team you like best.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now. Showers tapering to an end here tonight, and then dry weather builds in for the start of the business week. Breezy and chilly out there tonight. Temperatures drop down into the middle to upper 40s. Mix of clouds and sunshine. Breezy for us tomorrow. Highs Monday, low to mid 60s. Sunny skies and middle to upper 60s, heading through both Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
Previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher, LLC. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
It's time for Horse with Rogers Hampton. Here's your host, Patrick Netherton.
There I was completely wasting, out of work and down. All inside, it's so frustrating as I drift from town to town. Feel as though nobody cares if I live or die. So I might as well begin to put some action in my life. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
This is what Rogers sings to himself when he drives 36 miles an hour down the road, which he very rarely does. Right, in a 35, I mean. Not Lewis Skolnick setting the old cruise control on 38 or whatever it was. Hambone's a dirty, dirty lawbreaker. That's what Hambone is. The we can't drive 55. That's right. Hambone truck doesn't go 55, so he has to got to keep it down to like 45. That's the cops chasing old speeding Hambone. Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30, The Tiger, Rogers and Patrick. That's us. Yes, Mr. Hampton.
Yeah, those cops are chasing me for being the catalytic converter thief.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
And the guy they arrested was black with reggae hair and two Google eyes. I looked just like him, is what Adam said. Can't mistake that dude for Hambone.
Old googly-eyed Hambone.
Yeah,
that's
man,
what
I
we
get
call
stopped
him.
at 3:30 in the morning because I'm the catalytic converter thief of Southern Hills.
Rogers,
being a black guy with Google eyes and reggae hair. I'm like, wait a minute.
Rogers, you're well known for...
I'm as white as they can be. I'm as old as they come. My eyes are straight.
Yeah.
And I have long gray hair.
Rogers well known for his dreadlocks.
Yeah. Oh, and with Adam, I don't know if I've ever seen Adam laugh that hard.
Yeah.
When they put the picture of the guy they actually arrested, and he was a black male with short reggae hair and two Google eyes, but yet they stopped me at 3:30 in the morning.
You know, that's like those mug shots that occasionally pop up where a guy like has one eye wandering or whatever, and the comments are just you know, his own lookout. You know, he's looking everywhere at once. Like, Mark in Arkansas said Saints kicker Tom Dempsey kicked a then record 63-yard field goal in Tulane Stadium in the 70s, I believe. Yes, he did. That is where Dempsey's field goal was. Cocky said the streaker was later signed to play at Alabama. Am I missing something there, Rogers? That just a little trash talk for Alabama. I thought for a second it was like a Forrest Gump reference. It probably is. But, you know, because Forrest Gump just ran out of the stadium and kept on running. That's right. He did have his uniform on. He wasn't streaking. Not like Frank the Tank. Going down to the quad in the gymnasium. Going streaking. A little cold outside, you think? All right, did we miss anything, Rogers? Yeah, I think everyone wanted the history of Tad Gormley Stadium, Rogers. We took care of that demographic. We talked about Bobby Witt getting the $288 million deal. We talked about the 49ers not liking their practice facility and how the NFL struggles with that. Oh, by the way, we did have a defensive Belichick getting signed to a contract in the NFL, except it's Steve Belichick. And he is I don't know, Steve Belichick doesn't sound right because I'm so used to hearing Bill Belichick. So like Steve Belichick sounds like a made up name. Like the when in Tommy Boy, it's Tommy and Richard. And then in Black Sheep, they were completely different character names, and it didn't work. Like I for some reason I bought them as Tommy and Richard, but I think David Spade's name in Black Sheep was Steve, as I recall. So yeah, it didn't work at that point. Like, it no longer worked. Yeah, Mike Donnelly was Chris Farley, and Steve Dodds was David Spade. David Spade was Steve Dodds. And for some reason, Richard. I wonder if she goes out with one of the Yankees. Richard. Like, that to me is what he is. Like, he was Richard. He was not Steve. I mean, they might as well have just made him Chris and David, Like, just let them keep their name in everything. It would have made as much sense. Rogers, Diana Rossini, your girl, was asked about Mike Vrabel. She said, I don't think there was a fit for him. I don't think he sat in front of any owner who thought that his style was going to work for what they were looking for. I had a GM at the Senior Bowl who mentioned to me Vrabel's physical build, that he's a large human being. It can be very intimidating to people in an organization that are going to be a part of these decisions, and that's a factor. And then someone tweeted and said, what they see when Mike Vrabel walks in, and it was Andre the Giant. Oh, goodness. Jonathan asks, will you mention the push by LSU to get Terry Bussey? Who is Terry Bussey, Rogers? Any idea? Oh, it's a recruit? You have come to the wrong place. To talk about recruiting, you are absolutely in the wrong place. It is, recruiting is definitely not my bag. So, apologies. Rogers, yeah, I'm just looking. It says he's down to LSU and A&M, final visits, whatever. From Timpson. That's cool. Timpson, Bobo, and Blair, whatever. Yep. Tenaha, Timpson, Bobo, and Blair right on down the road. Now you got 315. You don't have to worry about that. You can just cut all of that out. You don't have to go through Timpson or any of those. Or Tinny Hall, as Buster used to say, Tinny Hall. Which, by the way, he named one of his dogs Tenaha, Rogers, and called him Tinny Hall. Tinny Hall, come here. Don't speed. Don't speed. Nope. Don't speed through there. Die ball. I'll stop now. I will stop. Sorry, it was Bobo's dog, Rogers. It was not Dad's dog. Bobo's dog was Tinny Hall. It was, you always stop for a DQ blizzard when you go through die ball. Every time. Right there. All right, that's it for me. Go enjoy the beautiful weather outside. For Rogers, I'm Patrick. Be safe and careful. We'll see you back here 1 to 3 tomorrow on the Patrick Netherton Show.